Hi everyone, this is Grace. How are you? You know, most likely we would live up to age 100 and we would be working until age 80. So let's redesign your life. Here is the book I highly recommend you to read, and it's called The Plant Paradox. I have been doing this diet. It's called a lectin-free diet since April of this year. So I've been doing this for 4 months, and for the past 4 months, I was able to lose about, let's say, 12 to 14 pounds in 4 months, and yet I feel so strong and healthy. You know, when you lose more than 10 pounds, usually you feel weak, you feel you might have a brain fog, but I feel so much energy, and that's because of this, lectin-free diet. So today, I'd like to talk about one of the 4 foods that you have to avoid, that is carbo. Remember yesterday I went through the simple things about lectin-free diet. Number 1, no carbo. Number 2, no legumes, means no beans. Number 3, no soy products. No soy products like no soy milk, no tofu. And number 4, no night-shaped vegetables such as tomatoes, eggplants, cucumber, and squash, and bell pepper, all those things. So today I'd like to talk about carbohydrates. According to this Dr. Gundry, you should stay away from bread or any carbohydrates. And he said when he was in Paris, and one morning he had to wake up and have a breakfast at 4 o'clock. So the night before, he asked the room service to make a reservation for the early breakfast. And he said, you can even serve me leftover croissant or some kind of bread, that would be fine. But the Parisian hotel person really told him, no, doctor, you're not supposed to have, 1 day old bread. And in this hotel, we wouldn't dare to serve you 1 day old croissant. See, that's the thing. I love France because I trust their passion to the foods. And according to this book, the breads in France or in Europe overall, they use the right traditional yeast to create the bread. On the other hand, according to this book author, in the United States, not too many bread manufacturers no longer use the traditional good yeast, but rather they use something called glutaminase. It is a kind of derivatives of yeast, so it's not the real yeast. And also, the Dr. Gundry, the book author, also said, when you have whole grain bread, usually they have food additives called BHT, Boy Henry Tom, BHT. And why they have to put this food additive? Because when you have a whole grain bread, and remember the story about this Parisian hotelier? In Paris, they don't serve 1 day old bread. But when you have whole grain bread, it's the whole grain is rich in lectin, which is bad for our body. And when you have a whole grain bread, that the lectin part can get oxidized. And when they get oxidized, it tastes bad. That's why in the United States, when you have a whole grain bread, there is a food additive to prevent oxidization of the whole grain and the lectin, according to this book. And this food additive of BHT, it works just like estrogen. You know what estrogen does? Estrogen makes you fat because estrogen is the female hormone to help to help pregnancy. And when you are pregnant, you have to accumulate water and the fat. It's like a cushion for the baby, right? So BHT, when it comes to your body, it acts like estrogen. No wonder you become fat. So that's why, to play safe, you need to avoid all kinds of carbohydrates. And also, it was so surprising. The whole grain and the brown foods, we believe they were good for our body. Actually, according to this book author, they are not good for our body, but they are rather toxic, because whole grain or brown foods like whole wheat, brown rice, they are rich in lectin, the plant protein which is bad for our body. So don't go to sushi bar, don't eat brown rice sushi. That's a really stupid thing you can do to yourself, to your body. Why you have to pay extra money to buy something bad for your health? And traditionally in Japan, we would never have brown rice sushi. We know that's stupid. And according to this book, our ancestors spent 10,000 years trying to minimize our lectin intake. That's how they came up with white rice and white bread. So why you have to go back to those ignorant people who's been taking lectin, believing that's good for your health? So once again, read this book. You understand why it's so silly to pay extra money for brown rice sushi or brown bread, whole wheat bread. They are all bad for your health. So read this book. You will find out it's amazing. Okay, that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.